All right, everyone. We start off today talking about the Luft saga. That's now heated up because official indictment has now been filed by Biden's people in the United States. Of course, Luft is over in Cyprus, pending the potential extradition. The claim against him is that he acted as an unregistered foreign agent for China. He's a dual U.S.-Israeli citizen, and that he was, basically brokering, leveraging, power with the Chinese, and he didn't register. You're allowed to do stuff like that. A U.S. citizen is perfectly allowed to conduct business on behalf of foreign groups, but they have to register first. See, Uncle Sam just wants, a cut of the proceeds, basically. Wants to keep a little bit of an eye on you. If you work with China, normally they don't care because, of course, the Bidens are intricately tied in with Chinese power and globalism. Sort of depends on the nation. Maybe you can get away with it if it's the UK more than you can if it's Colombia. The funny part is, though, that Luft has come out some time ago and claimed that the Bidens are the ones that are, doing the power brokering with China. That Hunter Biden was used as an intermediary for the Biden family, pertinent to bribes involving at least one Chinese group. So somebody is potentially lying here, but I would point out the two can be true at the same time. Luft is aware that the Bidens have engaged in criminal behavior a la their Chinese ties and deals. I believe that. It's fairly self-evident at this point. There's enough circumstantial evidence so that it should trigger an actual investigation, but it's Biden, so it's not going to happen probably. I believe that's true. However, that doesn't negate the possibility that Luft himself engaged in similar behavior. Well, we could be seeing a situation where Luft is basically saying, well, I'm probably going to the Huskow. I'll bring the big guy down with me. Something to that effect. It's entirely possible. So I don't know how this is going to play out. I mean, they don't have him physically in their hands right now. He's over in Cyprus somewhere, so it doesn't really matter. But he has been formally indicted for that. Acting as an unregistered foreign agent. He faces decades in jail, by the way, for what they're indicting him for. Meanwhile, Joe is free to go to the beach and have a good time and swim around and sunbathe and stuff like that. And his crackhead son is allowed to break multiple laws at a felony level and get a sweetheart deal. What this is showing more than anything is the double standard of justice. Because when a whistleblower comes out and spills the beans about the Bidens and then almost immediately gets indicted, it's a little bit too on the nose. I think that the main reason for this actually is so that the legacy media can canvass the story, talk about it, and insinuate that Luft, because he's clearly guilty because he got indicted, clearly that means that his claim against Biden is nonsense. Unfortunately, in the minds of some people in the public, once you've been indicted, it's the same as you've been found guilty by a jury of your peers and sentenced to something. It effectively is a soft silencing of his claims. They might not, under normal circumstances, have bothered with the charges at all if it wasn't becoming inconvenient. The fact that he claimed that the Biden family was involved in grifting with foreign groups. Again, that doesn't mean that Luft is innocent. And the whole thing could be just an attempt to politicize his own indictment. He's like, well, they filed for extradition, they're going to indict me, and I'm guilty. What should I do? Hyper-politicized American political climate. I simply claim that the Bidens have done that which I have done, and then half the country will automatically believe the story that I've told, and then, as a reverse of potentially the Biden admin using the legacy media to do the same fucking thing, then, by default, people will believe my claims, and they will disbelieve the claims against me. Either or both sides, ironically enough, may be doing exactly the same thing. Luft fired the first shot knowing that it would at least uphold his innocence in the eyes of some people in the United States because he's juxtaposing himself with an administration known to be corrupt. The Biden administration responds by utilizing the media as a cudgel. They take marching orders from the Biden admin directly now. It's become state media. In order to block any damage from that, you simply say, no. The Bidens aren't the ones doing business with the Chinese in an unlawful, potentially manner, or at least a dubious one. Luft, the whistleblower, is the one that's doing that. See, he's projecting. It could be either or both. The odd situation is becoming like a spy versus spy comic or something like that. This is one of the weirdest cases that I've seen in a very long time, actually, because of the intrigue and the juxtaposition of their basically competing claims that both sides by the other are claimed to be, Chinese agents, basically. Now, I believe that about the Bidens. We know Hunter did business all over the world, at least in a dubious manner. We've got evidence that Biden himself, Joe Biden, lied about meeting with various people that he claimed he never met in his life, and then we have pictures of him, holding hands with them, and Hunter sitting there beaming because he knows he's going to get the big guy his 10% cut. We know that. We know Biden's corrupt. We don't know for sure that Gal Luft is corrupt. That's why I tilt in favor of him overall. But he does have a reason. He does have a motive for making the claims against Biden that he did if he is guilty. So, and we have to keep in mind, and this is what will be lost by the public, and I wish that people were capable of maybe this sort of inference. Most people will assume that only one or the other side is telling the truth. So Dem partisans, liberals, etc., they will lean in the direction of believing, the Republicans are trying to hatchet job the Bidens again. Really, the person that they're relying on is a criminal. And so automatically, Biden is innocent. He can't possibly simultaneously have done anything wrong. People who are Republicans, etc., will lean off in the direction of assuming Biden's guilt. They'll say, well, Gal Luft he's obviously telling the truth. We know that Biden does corrupt shit. I do agree with that portion of it. But the unfortunate further inference will be that Gal Luft is just an innocent whistleblower and it's retaliatory. It couldn't possibly be that both of the claims are simultaneously true. An unregistered foreign agent uncovered another unregistered foreign agent effectively. I think that's probably what we're seeing here. That makes the story 10 times more complex, 10 times more funny, and means that we're, once again, as usual lately, we're kind of in uncharted waters because, Gal Luft will be investigated. The Bidens won't be. There's your differential. That's about all. Peace out.